I was talking with an elderly lady this morning, right? I was talking with an elderly lady. All right. I was talking a little bit about Esau and Jacob, right? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And then I mentioned some things about God used the other nations is to destroy. I mean, it's to punish us. Now, let's see here. What else I want to add with that? I said I understood first and foremost. I understand what she's saying. I do understand it. It makes sense. She told me like this. She said, "Okay, if God using the other nations to do what they done are doing, why are we getting?" She said it like this here. I wish I could have videotaped it. She's she said, "Why are we getting upset and angry with them for basically what they doing if God set it all up that way?" You know, and it was like, well, I told her that I feel and I understand where she's coming from. I'm trying to emphasize when they come with the questions like that. You see what I'm saying? Um, she said, in essence, that doesn't make any sense to me. And I said, it's weird. Yeah, it probably wouldn't make any sense. But I said, the reason that you're not going to probably because we're not going to be able to comprehend that part is because it's a mystery. And a mystery only, there are some scriptures in Daniel. It says, um, the prophets and things is going to be teaching the word of God, but they're not going to understand it themselves. So even the ministers is not going to understand it. That's in Isaiah what 28 and 29, something like that. I can't remember, but I know it's in Isaiah 28 where it talks about the prophets and the rulers have he sealed and read delivered it to one that is unlearned. And he's saying, "Read this, I pray thee." And they said, I cannot understand it because it is sealed." Yeah, that's what they said. I can't understand it because, and then God said, "This people draw nigh unto me with their lips and with their heart, and their heart is far from me, they mind meaning. But in vain they do." In the New Testament it says, "In vain they do worship me, teaching for the doctrine and the commandments." I mean, the doctrines dealing with the philosophies and the customs. They're teaching the customs of the other nations, but we're not embracing our ethnicity. We're not taking pride in it. But what I really want to talk about is this. This is what I want to talk about. When here's what caught my eye when she said. One of the most important things that really caught me is when she said this here. She said it doesn't make any sense to me. How can he create somebody and then in, use them to punish us? She said it doesn't make any sense, and then we get mad with them, and then God gonna, in essence, punish them for what they did to us, and things of that nature. Okay, let's just go off of that. I understand that, and I'm coming fully for what the elderly woman is saying. But here's my thing: why don't you try to understand why you love your enemy or love the same people who is who rape, rob, and murder, and kill you? That's what you really saying is what you're saying. You're saying, okay, I love my enemy. Since I don't understand it, and since it don't make sense to me, I have no other choice. I'm just gonna love the enemy because what you saying, it makes more sense for me to just love the enemy, right? It makes more sense for me is to love the same people who's raping, robbing, killing my people. It makes sense for me is to love this so-called white man and he raped my child. So I'm just gonna love the enemy that kill me in the streets every day. So if you're saying, or if I'm saying it doesn't make any sense for him to create somebody and then kill them. Then I should be able, by that logic, I should be able to take and say, well, okay, it doesn't make any sense. Love the enemy that's killing my people every day. That would make more sense to me is to do that. Love the people that's killing me because they're. What I'm trying to say is I'm understanding where she's coming from at the same time, but at the same time, it's a mystery, and that doesn't mean that we have to be ignorant concerning that knowledge. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to be ignorant to the point to where. But I got some other questions. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do a comeback with this here right now in this same video. Um, if we say that don't make any sense, why don't we say it doesn't make any sense for us to be loving the same people that's killing us every day? Why don't you say celebrating Thanksgiving? That represents the slaughter and the killing of our people. That alone, once you find out that, that should be offensive to you. You should say that doesn't make any sense. Why are we celebrating and eating food and celebrating something that represents somebody murdering our people and hating our people? This is a hate crime. These people, this is how they benefited off of different territories, went around the world and stole people's identity and stuff. And this is the reason they killed off a lot of the natives. Went around the world. Christopher Columbus did. Now we celebrating the killing of these. The Turkish represents the killing of the bodies of the Native Americans. Now, to me, that doesn't make any. I'm giving you a comeback. You, the elderly woman. No disrespect to you. I'm giving you a comeback. I'm saying, well, it doesn't make no sense for you to be calling yourself cooking some so-called turkey and dressing and all that kind of stuff when the damn turkey represents the bodies of your people and our people blood that was spilled here on this land here. And then the cranberry sauce represents bloodshed. So why would you want to take a symbol and get a joy out of celebrating that? To me, that doesn't even make any sense. If you want to say that God put this in place and used well, it doesn't make any sense. How come he created these people? It's to do this, and we just might as well take the punishment and keep going on. What you're saying is you're willing to it doesn't make any sense. For me, it's to love these same people that's rape, robbing, murdering, killing me, but I'm gonna love them anyhow. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not gonna try to understand it. I'm just gonna say where I'm at, and I'm just gonna love this enemy that's shooting and rape, robbing, and murdering, shooting and killing my people down in the streets. And we all just gonna somehow be sitting up in heaven singing Father Abraham and all that in the heaven, sitting beside, look at the same people that lynched your people, looking at the same people that took and cut women's babies out their stomach and then turn around and throw them into the river for alligator bait. That makes sense, doesn't it? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Just go ahead on and love them anyway, and we all just gonna be sitting in heaven? Because let me tell you, it doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to celebrate Thanksgiving when so-called Thanksgiving when you know what it stands for. When you know what so-called Thanksgiving, and I love saying it like that. I don't like saying Thanksgiving. I love to say call it out in a way, expose it. That's what I mean by that. I love to expose it in a expose the demons in it. So to me, why would you celebrate something that represents somebody being killed? That's just like if somebody took and raped your baby, right? Killed your child, and then turn around and give you a necklace, put around your neck, and everybody wake up every day and celebrate it. You'll feel some type of way. You'll be pissed off because you don't want to have that chain around your neck to remind you of your child got raped and killed, and then you invite the same people to your house that raped, robbed, and murdered and killed your family members, and you celebrating as a dinner every 4th of July, every 20th of July. If your family was deceased in the grave and knew that that was going on, if the so-called Native American Indians that were slaughtered here in this country raised up out their grave, see our people celebrating this stuff, and they knowing what happened, they would be pissed off. You should even be pissed off. You should every time you even think about, you should be pissed off every time you even think about Thanksgiving. Every time you think about so-called dressing, this and that and the third and all that kind of stuff, why would you want to sit there and celebrate something and you know exactly what the hell it represents? That's what that to me that don't even make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. What you trying to tell me? You as an elderly woman, you trying to tell me if somebody shoot, if a so-called white man shoot, rape, rob, and murder your child down, you're gonna in essence go and make it a legal holiday and invite those same people to your house, hug them and give them a dinner for it? Is that what you're saying? Is this what we saying? Is that what you is the conversation, the dialogue we had this morning? Is this what we're saying? Is that what you're saying? If that's what you're saying, if that's what you're trying to tell me, then obviously it doesn't make any sense to me. That don't now that's what you call doesn't make any sense. When you try to give me a comeback, but I even gave you scripture in what Romans chapter 9 and verse 13, which says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay, that doesn't make any sense to you when that's read like that. But you go and you read where God says he loved everybody. If he loved everybody, why would he wouldn't even make, first of all, he wouldn't have said Jacob have, he wouldn't have gave specified who he loved. Why would he specify? That's just like me saying, I love these people, but I hate these people. If I say that house I love, that house I love, but this house, I hated this house, or I hate that house. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying now I love the house. I said I hate the house. Or if I say this house have I always loved, but this house have I hated. Have I hated? I didn't say one day I'm gonna love it again. I didn't say none of that. I didn't say have hopefully I get to love it again. That sounds like I hate one and I love the other one. I'm specifying it. I love this house, but I hate this house. What does that mean? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like it sounds like I'm loving one above the other one. When God said Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. First of all, why would he put a hate on that? How can he love everybody in the world? And then he says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. And he said, there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau, right? Didn't God say that? So, if one going to remain on the planet and rule the planet, and he said in Isaiah chapter 14:1, the Lord will have mercy upon Jacob. Having mercy upon somebody means you care and you love them. If you have mercy upon somebody, but then you say, the other nations are going to be servants and handmaidens, and he said, we're gonna, and the other people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord. Possess something that doesn't sound, it didn't say the house of Israel shall plead with these people, love these people. He said possess them in the land of the Lord. For what? For servants and handmaidens, and they shall rule over their oppressors. They shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressor. They shall rule over their oppressor. That doesn't. And then in Revelation chapter 2, and I think it's verse 26 and 27, he said he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And then there's another scripture that says, bring them hither and slay them before me. All this is all in the New Testament. So that doesn't sound like love. And then Isaiah chapter 14 and 21, he said, prepare slaughter for his children. See, we already went through something. See, our forefathers already suffered. I mean, we're suffering from what our forefathers done, right? They went off and intermingled with the other nations and stuff. We the one living in separate communities, in poor communities. They live in rich communities and stuff like that. And we grew up like this here. I never owned a car. I never owned. We just never owned. We have to go to the other nations for everything. So we was born into that. So how in the world you got these people living over here in this community, such as Caucasian, and all them other people? They living good. If you go look in their community, they kids are good. Their communities are good in their communities. They families and grandparents, uncles, and all they good. But when you go into the African American community, you don't see it's in a different, total different condition. So I said all of that to say this here. Explain that to me, because that doesn't make any sense to me. For you to have to live over here in this poor community, but you look it up to these people that's in these so-called white houses or whatever, whom was built by so-called black people, Hispanic and Native American people. These people don't give a hool about you, but you sitting there watching them and looking up to them. But guess what? They not doing the same thing for you. How many times have they fixed it to where you don't have to depend upon them anymore? Think about that. How many times have they fixed it to where you don't have to depend upon them anymore? But we still got to go to them for everything. But we, if you know what I'm saying, make that make sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. For them to put our people in these poor communities, give our people food stamps, welfare food stamps, and all that different stuff like that. There and you know what I'm saying, load you up with one but still keep you poor. And then you've been a diabetic, and our people being diabetics, living in the hood and all this time, but they have not done nothing to help us get out of the situation. What have they seriously? What have the Europeans done for our people within the last 25 years? What have they done for our community? Ask yourself that question. What have they done for our community? Think about that. Think about it for a moment. Look at my brother right there. What is he? He walking, right? If we all equal, the definition of being equal is being the same, right? I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. If we all equal and this and that and the third, why are we all not living in big mansions? You explain that to me. Why, if they want to say what's that thing they say? United States of America to the public in which is staying one nation under God. What the fuck does that mean? What the hell does that mean? One nation under God, invisible with liberty and justice for all. What do they mean by all? What y'all explain that to me as so-called Hispanic, blacks, and Native Americans. We want to worship them so much. Where is the liberty for us? Where is the justice? We still living over here in the hood. We still live in separate communities from them. Where is the justice? I'm think about that. Where is it? We not living like y'all. Look, come on, y'all. Y'all can sit up here and play word games all y'all want. Y'all playing with words, bro. Come on, let's just keep it real. Who living in the poorest condition in America? Think about that. Who living in the poorest condition? Even the children in our community can knows that, and it don't have to be. Excuse me, I'm picking up my bag. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Talk to me. Look at the condition that our people living in. Come on, man. Don't play with it. And then you know what? When they dog these communities out and stuff like that, these houses and stuff that's in the so-called in the so-called Caucasian community and stuff. You know what they do when they dog them out and fart them out and all that old kind of shit? You know what they do? Then they turn around and they move our people in them and give us the Look, y'all, this thing here cut out on me, and so I'm about to end the live right now. So I'll be back and do another.